Agent X, Alex Hayden/Nijo. Traits and abilities. Agent X is a strange hybrid of Deadpool, Taskmaster, and Nijo due to a bizarre mind-body-soul accident. He is a high-functioning mercenary with serious combat abilities and off-the-charts regeneration. Key traits. Accelerated healing factor, comparable to Deadpool, he can recover from gunshots, stabs, and major trauma quickly, making him very difficult to kill. Peak physical condition, superhuman strength, speed, agility, and endurance. He's stronger than Deadpool and even able to fight beings like Captain America on somewhat even footing. Expert marksman and martial artist, trained in various forms of hand-to-hand combat, swordsmanship, and modern firearms. He fights like a deadly mix of Deadpool's wildness and Taskmaster's calculated skill. Tactical mind, despite his comedic persona, Agent X is surprisingly competent, adapting well to fast-changing scenarios. Immunity to psychic control. Due to the nature of his fragmented identity, he's somewhat resistant to mind control and illusion. Whisper Adair. Traits and abilities. Whisper Adair is a villainess affiliated with Ra's al Ghul's League of Assassins and frequently associated with Intergang. She combines mystical power, chemical enhancement, and femme fatale skills. Key traits. Alchemy-based enhancements. She has used elixirs from Ra's al Ghul's supply that grant her extended youth, superhuman agility, and moderate healing. She is not immortal, but she ages slowly and can bounce back from injury more than a normal human. Shape-shifting, limited depending on the continuity, Whisper can shape-shift into a serpentine or demonic form, increasing her strength and lethality in close combat. Hypnosis and persuasion, she can influence minds through eye contact, pheromones, and speech, very effective on weaker-willed or emotionally unstable targets. Poison expertise. She often uses alchemical toxins on her claws, weapons, or in her kisses. Some can paralyze or kill. Combat training. Trained by the League of Assassins, she's stealthy, skilled in pressure point strikes, and excellent at infiltration and close-range kills. Manipulative and strategic, Whisper prefers to seduce, mislead, or poison rather than engage in a direct brawl. Fight analysis. Initial encounter. Whisper Adair would likely begin the confrontation in her usual style, seduction, misdirection, or a stealthy ambush. She might use pheromones or hypnosis to disable Agent X before he gets serious. In contrast, Agent X is usually light-hearted and unfocused at first, but also unpredictable. However, Agent X's mind is fractured, and his resistance to psychic and emotional manipulation makes him a poor target for mind control. He might even joke through her attempts, completely undermining her tactics. Whisper's tricks wouldn't have the desired psychological effect. Combat phase. When it turns physical, Whisper's alchemical enhancements give her speed and deadliness, but she's still at a disadvantage. Agent X is faster, stronger, more experienced in direct combat, and, most importantly, has a healing factor that makes poison, stabbing, and most physical attacks far less effective. Whisper might shift into a serpentine or demon form and get a few solid strikes in, but Agent X would shrug off most damage and counterattack with bullets, blades, and brutality. He wouldn't hold back, and he wouldn't be fooled twice by glamours or illusions. Tactical edge. Agent X adapts fast. Once he realizes she uses poison or charm-based tactics, he'll change style, go fully ranged, start using environment to corner her, or lay traps. Whisper is clever but prefers the shadows and covert tactics. Once exposed in a direct fight, her physical edge is not enough. Finishing blow. Eventually, Agent X would overwhelm her with sheer resilience and aggression. Even if she poisoned or maimed him, he'd heal and keep coming. Whisper doesn't have the heavy firepower or mystical level of magic needed to put someone like Agent X down permanently. Chance of winning. Agent X has around 80% chance of winning this fight. Whisper Adair, while a skilled manipulator and deadly assassin, is better suited to fighting humans or metahumans with standard biology. Her magic is limited, and she relies heavily on seduction and toxins. Against a regenerative merc with a chaotic, split mind and high resistance to mental tricks, she's outmatched.